Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Hold on, y'all. Come on. There we go. Shalom, guys. I am late because we were juicing. Well, okay, my husband was juicing and I was super excited. I was trying to get some watermelon juice and he wouldn't give me any because I don't know, he made me my own juice. But then he's just being selfish. But it's okay. It's okay. I have some watermelon beet juice, guys, and it's well, I'm drinking tomorrow and the next day, so I'm very excited about that. Okay, I asked Yahuah. First of all, thank you, Yahuah. Praise you, Abba. I asked Yahuah to bless me to start eating better and taking better care of my body, and I feel like he's doing, like, he's helping. I feel like he's doing it and helping because I went for a walk today. I shared with Kylie and Jaela and Mashaya. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to get comfortable. Give me a second. Hold on. Anyways, what am I trying to say? So, shalom. I think the comments are on. We need Yahweh to help us with everything. I think that's the point of what I'm trying to say, because we can't do anything in our own power. So if you're struggling with anything like eating, because for me it was eating, buying too much stuff, I feel like it's something that I struggle with sometimes. Well, I've been struggling with buying too much stuff. What else? What else? Just anything. If we're struggling with anything, we have to take it to the Father and let him know. He said, his strength is made perfect in our weakness. So I just wanted to share that. But hello, guys. I don't know if the comments is on. I see 2 people, but I might be one. But shalom. Happy Wednesday. Praise Yahuah for us being here today. As usual, what am I trying to say? I don't know. Thank you. I am going to read. That's what I was going to say. Thank you, Abaya. I'm going to read the book of Adam and Hawwah, picking up at 53, chapter 53. And what I wanted to tell y'all is, I was talking to the Father today, and I was thinking about, excuse me, y'all, make sure my stuff's covered up. I was talking to the Father today, and I was thinking about just wanting to be. Is the comments on? Shalom, guys. I don't see any comments. It says, welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy. Okay, I got that. But I don't know if the comments are on. If y'all can comment, say something. Say hi. Say a thumbs up or something. Because I don't see any comments at all. Oh, there we go. Okay. Praise Yahuwah. Thank you, Abaya. Anyways, so, as always, if we have anything that we are, we need help with, we just need to take it to the Father, okay? That's just what I wanted to say. And I will do a disclaimer. Hey, shalom, y'all, oh, hold on, y'all. Oh, Eugene. Hold on. Is Mashaya in here? Hi, Warren. Warren Putney. Shalom. So what I wanted to say, well, I guess I should say, how y'all doing? How's everybody doing? How's y'all week going so far? Pretty good. Good. I think there's always a delay. So I've been talking to the Father, and I think, like, being in this walk has really taught me that this walk is about serving the Father and submitting. I mean, we know, like, submitting to him every day, because when we were in, Christianity and stuff, I think that it was a lot different. So I was talking to him today, and I was thinking, well, telling him, like, I really want to serve you, or like spend more quiet time with him. You know what I mean? I don't know if y'all ever feel like y'all might struggle with that sometimes, like, because that's when you can hear him, I think, better when you in the quiet. So yeah, I know I was super hyper about my juice, but yeah, all praises to the Most High Yahuwah. Thank you, Abaya. yeah. So, all right. Well, I guess I'll get going. Let me pray. I guess I'll pray real quick. Eugene, did Michelle come in? Because she's supposed to. She does the moderation on the comment section. If anybody. Okay. All right. Let me get started. I'm gonna do a quick prayer. Thank you, Yahuah, Barak Yahuah. Thank you, Abaya. Thank you for this day. Thank you for just everything that you do for us. Thank you for your mercy, Yahuah. And just ask that you bless everybody who's watching this to be blessed. Bless us to be a blessing to other people. Thank you for no, discord or anything during this call, during this live. And we just want to say thank you. We give you all the praises, Yahuah. And just bless all of the Kodashim and everybody who's genuinely searching for you and looking for you to find you, Abaya. And we thank you for your shalom, peace, and protecting us. 1,000 may fall at our side, 10,000 at our right hand, but no evil shall befall us. We thank you, Abaya, for that. And also with long life will you satisfy us and show us your salvation. So we thank you, Abaya, and we praise you. In the name of your son, Yahusha, HaMashiach, so be it. So, shalom. Shalom, guys. Anyways, so, yeah. So I'm picking up at 53. I'm going to be reading I'm reading the book of, I do these weekly, if you didn't know, I do these weekly lives on Wednesdays at 6 o'clock Central Standard Time. And I'm going to be reading from this. It's called Yah Scriptures. And I'm going to be reading the book of Adam and Hawwah. Okay, chapter 53. Okay. What I wanted to say really quick before I start is what I was saying earlier was I talked to the Father today, and I felt like I want to spend more time with him and be more in the quiet. So I probably will just do this maybe twice a month, like every other week Wednesday instead of every Wednesday, because I do the Shabbat studies on Saturdays on the Shabbats, and then I have other things that I do, and I feel like we all should be seeking the Father, and personally, of course. And this is a journey. Okay, this is a journey, and this is about having a relationship with him. And I feel like I need to have a little more time to draw near to him, if that makes sense. Okay, so I'll do it this week, and then next week I probably won't do it. Then I'll do it the next week. Just reading Okay, guys, I'm just gonna pick up 53. Hello, Michelle. Didn't know you were here. Thank you, Michelle. Okay, so, and if you haven't read any of if you haven't heard me read any of the previous chapters, I have lives. You can just go to the playlist that says Bible study, Bible Wednesday night Bible reading, I think. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I think it was 53. They were not very far from the cave when Satan came toward them. He hid himself between them and the cave in the form of two ravenous lions that had been 3 days without food. And they came toward Adam and Hawwah, as if to break them in pieces and devour them. Then Adam and Hawwah cried out and begged Yahuah to deliver them from their paws. Excuse me, guys. I got a burp. Then the word of Yahuah came to them and drove away the lions from them. And Yahuah said to Adam, Adam, what do you seek on the western border? And why have you left of your own will the eastern border, which was your living space? Now turn back to your cave and remain in it, so that Satan won't deceive you or achieve his goal to overtake you. In this western border, Adam, there will go from you a descendant that shall replenish it, and they will defile themselves with their sins. and with their yielding to the commands of Satan, and by following his works. Therefore will I bring waters of a flood to cover them and overwhelm them all. But I will deliver, but I will deliver what is left of the righteous among them, and I will bring them to a distant land. But the land in which you live now shall remain desolate and without one inhabitant in it. After Yahuah had spoken to them, they went back to the cave of treasures, but their flesh was dried up, and they were weak from fasting and praying, and from the sorrow they felt at having sinned against Yahuah. Then Adam and Hua stood up in the cave and prayed the entire night until the morning dawn. And when the sun came up, they both went out of the cave. Their minds were wandering from the heaviness of sorrow, and they didn't know where they were going. And they walked in that condition to the southern border of the garden. And they began to go up that border until they came to the eastern border, which was land's end. And the cherub who guarded the garden was standing at the western gate to guard it from Adam and Hua in case they should attempt to suddenly come into the garden. Wow. When Adam and Hua thought the cherub was not watching, they came to the eastern border of the garden. But as they were standing by the gate, as if they desired to go in, the cherub turned around as if to put them to death according to the order Yahuah had given him. And the cherub suddenly came with a flashing sword of fire in his hand. When he saw them, he went toward them to kill them. What? For he was afraid that Yahuah would destroy him if they went into the garden without Yahuah's order. And the sword of the cherub seemed to shoot flames at a distance away from them. But when he raised it over Adam and Hua, the flame of the sword did not flash out at them. Because of the cherub, because of this, the cherub thought that Yahuah was approving to them and was bringing them back into the garden, and the cherub stood wondering. He could not go up to the Shamayim to ascertain Yahuah's order regarding Adam and Hua's entering the garden, so continued to stand by them, unable to leave them because he was afraid that if they should enter the garden without permission, Yahuah would destroy him. When Adam and Hua saw the cherub coming towards them with a flaming sword of fire in his hand, they fell on their faces from fear and were as dead. Then the Shamayim and the earth shook, and another cherub came down from the Shamayim to the cherub who guarded the garden, and saw him amazed and silent. Then again, other messengers came down close to the place where Adam and Hua were, and the cherub were split between joy and sorrow. Second, I'm gonna read that again. Then the Shamayim and the earth shook, and another cherub came down from the Shamayim to the cherub who guarded the garden, and saw him amazed and silent. Okay, I'm just making sure. Then again, other messengers came down close to the place where Adam and Hua were, and the cherub were split between joy and sorrow. They were joyous. Y'all almost said jealous. They were joyous. Shalom. Thank you, Mashiach. Thank you. They were joyous because they thought that Yahuah was approving to Adam and wished him to return to the garden and wished to return him to the gladness he once enjoyed. But they were sorrowful over Adam because he was fallen like a dead man, he and Hua. And they said to themselves, Adam has not died in this place, but Yahuah has put him to death for coming to this place and wishing to enter the garden without his permission. Then the word of Yahuah came to Adam and Hua and raised them up from their dead state, saying to them, why did you come up here? Do you intend to go into the garden from which I brought you out? You cannot return today, but only when the covenant I have made with you is fulfilled. Then Adam, when he heard the word of Yahuah and the fluttering of the messengers, which he only heard, did not see. He and Hua cried and said to the messengers, "O Ruach, so spirits, I guess, who waits on Alua, look at me and at my inability to see you." So he couldn't see them. Interesting. That's true, because when they went into a fallen state, he said they couldn't see them anymore. Yeah. So I just want to say this. Well, never mind. I'll just keep going. Oh, Ruach, okay, who wait on Alua, look at me and at my inability to see you. When I was in my former bright nature, I could see you. I sang praises as you do, and my heart was far above you. Yeah, my heart was far above you. But now that I have transgressed, the bright nature is gone from me, and I have come to this miserable state in which I cannot see you. You do not serve me like you used to do, for my flesh has become like that of the animals. O messengers of Alua, ask Alua to restore me to the state I was in formerly, and ask him to rescue me from this misery and to remove the sentence of death he passed on me for having transgressed against him. Ask him, as I ask him to do these things. Then, when the messengers heard these words, they all grieved over him and cursed Satan, who had misled Adam until he came from the garden to misery, and from life to death. And from peace to distress, and from gladness to a strange land. Then the messenger said to Adam, "You obeyed Satan and ignored the word of Yahuah, who created you. You believed that Satan would fulfill all he had promised you. But now, Adam, we will make known to you what came over us through him." Yeah, though him. That's a typo. Before his fall from the Shamayim. Okay, this sounds like it's about to get good, y'all. He gathered together his hosts and deceived them, promising to give them a great reign, a divine nature, and other promises he made them. His hosts believed that his word was true, so they followed him and renounced the glory of Yahuah. That is wicked. He then ordered us, and some obeyed and under his command and accepted his empty promises. But we would not obey, and we did not take his orders. So that really made me, I guess, brought to my understanding that Satan tricked. I mean, I think it's like, it's a word, and I can't remember what book I was reading. I'm trying to think, y'all will help me. It's basically saying, like, we get tested with things that's already kind of in our heart. So Yahuah, I think it is this book. So Adam and Hua, or Adam and Eve, they wouldn't have got tricked if it wasn't something in them that made them go, "Hey, I would like to be like, Alua. Like, I would like to be like Yahuah." So what I was trying to say was, so he tricked the other angels, the ones that fell, right? And then he tricked, Adam and Eve, or Adam and Hua. And it's like, so I guess they had sympathy for him because they can, they feel like, okay, this happened to us too, pretty much. But not everybody transgressed. But when it came to Adam and Eve, it was only two of them. But then you had all of those angels and stuff. Just like a parallel there, like, so, I think that's really cool. It shows like even they have emotions and stuff too. That's very interesting. And that's something I was just thinking about too. It just popped in my head. Like, when you look at all these movies, and they have these movies about these like Greek deities and stuff like that, they always try to make it, they always try to make it seem like they don't have no emotions, they don't have no feelings, like those Greek deities and stuff, right? But with Yahuah, like, when you come into the truth or really start to get to know him, he is very loving, and he does have emotions. He can be angry, he's loving, he can be happy, you know what I'm saying? Like, he has all these emotions, everything except for fear, So I find it very interesting. Like, if you read in, like, I don't know if it was like Isaiah or Jeremiah, when Yashar'al was really cutting up and messing up, he was mad. Like, it's been many times where Yahuah gets very mad, but then there's times where he's like, I love you, I care about you, like our people really hurt him. That's just, he has, he made us in his image. Sorry, y'all, I had to move the camera. He made us in his image. And I think that people don't think about Yahuah's feelings. You know what I mean? He has feelings, and he's long suffering. We talked about this before. And he's not, he's just not like how they try to make him seem like, just a thought. I don't even remember where I was at, y'all. So it sounded like the angels, the messengers, were empathizing or sympathizing, I guess empathizing with Adam and Eve. So, okay. So, yeah, he then ordered us. Oh, yeah, I'll start right here. He then ordered us, and some obeyed and under his command, and accepted his empty promises. But we would not obey, and we did not take his orders. Then, after he had fought with Yahuah and had dealt deceitfully with him, he gathered together his hosts and made war with us. It's a spiritual war. And if it had not been for Yahuah's strength that was with us, we could not have prevailed against him to hurl him from the Shamayim. Why, they give you the whole backstory here. But when he fell from among us, there was a great joy in the Shamayim because of the deceit. I mean, because of his descent from us. So he left. He wasn't helpful, clearly. If he had remained in the Shamayim, nothing, not even one messenger, would have remained in it. But Yahuah in his mercy drove him from among us to this dark earth because he had become darkness itself and a performer of unrighteousness. So yeah, Eugene said, I comprehend how it feels to give all and not be chosen by the ones you have chosen. Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? I think Yahuah, it says in the word, he loves us with like his whole heart. And I'm sure that doesn't feel good for you to love somebody, to give somebody, everything, and they just don't choose, he literally had to make us. Like, what we do now is only because of Yahuah. Us constantly having him on our mind, constantly trying to keep his Torah, is only because of Yahuah. Our ancestors wasn't doing it. They were incapable of doing it. It's only because of what Yahusha did. And Yahuah made a renewed covenant, and he said, I will put my commandments, I will put my Torah on your heart, and I will make you do my statutes. So that's why we are the way we are, only because of his love. So, but Yahuah, I did that already. And Adam, he has continued to make war against you until he tricked you and made you come out of the garden to this strange land, where all these trials have come to you, and death, which Yahuah brought to him. He has also brought to you because you obey him and sinned against Yahuah. Oh, thank you. Is this beet juice? Thanks, boo.
The second one is watermelon and beet.
Oh, okay, thank you.
With a tad bit of honey.
Thank you.
Just a tad bit.
We started juicing, so this is watermelon and beet juice, guys. It's very, very good too. It's really good. So, oh, we're about to be on the floor. Sorry, guys. Okay. Where is I at? Oh, now my book wet. Okay. So, hold on, y'all. I gotta go find my spot. Michelle said, I love me some juice. Yeah, it's really good because, don't nobody, this sounds so bad, but sometimes, you don't want to like eat all the fruits and vegetables. So I think the juicing is good, and then like we had carrot juice the other day, and then I was like, I'm gonna make some carrot, muffins, like some carrot muffins with the pulp. You should eat fruits and vegetables, but, at least drink the stuff, I like it. It's very fun. Okay, so then all the messengers, I did that part, y'all. Where was I at? Y'all, I lost my spot. Then all the messengers rejoiced and praised Yahuah. I gotta go up, y'all. And Adam, he has continued to make war against you until he tricked you and made you come out of the garden to this strange land where all these trials have come to you. And death, which Yahuah brought to him, he has also brought to you because you obeyed him and sinned against Yahuah. Then all the messengers rejoiced and praised the Lord and asked him not to destroy Adam for his having sought all to enter. So that was really nice of them to enter at the garden at this time, but to bear, excuse me, with him until the fulfillment of the promise and to help him in this world until he was free from Satan's hand. Mm-hmm. Mashaya said, girl, yes, so much easier. My favorite recipe is carrots, mango, and oranges. I never tried that. Mangoes are so good. And as long as the carrots are sweet, they're really good too. Yeah, I'm gonna have to try that. That's good. Okay. Okay. Then the word of Yahuah came to Adam and said to him, Adam, look at that garden of joy and at this earth of toil and see the garden is full of messengers, but look at yourself alone on this earth with Satan whom you obeyed. If you had submitted and been obedient to me and had kept my word, you would be with my messengers in my garden. But when you sinned and obeyed Satan, you became his guest among his messengers. Wow. That are full of wickedness. And you came to this earth that produces thorns and thistles for you. O Adam, ask the one who deceived you to give you the divine nature he promised you. He can't. Or to make you a garden as I had made for you. Or to fill you with that same bright nature with which I have filled you. Ask him to make you a body like the one I had made you. He can't do any of that. Or to give you a day of rest as I gave you. Or to create within you a wise soul as I created for you. Or to give you from here, or to take you from here to some other earth than this one which I gave you. But Adam, he will not fulfill even one of the things he told you. Acknowledge my favor toward you. Acknowledge my favor toward you. That's something to think about for us. Acknowledge my favor toward you. Yeah, we need to think about that. Oh, wow. Wow, okay. Acknowledge my favor toward you and my mercy on you, my creature. Acknowledge that I have not shown vengeance on you for your transgression against me. But in my pity for you, I have promised you that at the end of the great 5.5 days, I will come and save you. Then Yahuah said again to Adam and Hawwah, get up, go down from here before the cherub with a sword of fire in his hand destroys you. But Adam's heart was comforted by Yahuwah's words to him, and he worshipped before him. And Yahuwah commanded his messengers to escort Adam and Hawwah to the cave with joy instead of the fear that had come over them. Then the messengers took up Adam and Hawwah and brought them down the mountain by the garden with songs and praises and hymns until they arrived at the cave. There the messengers began to comfort and to strengthen them, and then departed from them towards the Shamaim I had a burp, y'all. Towards the Shamaim to their creator who had sent them. But after the messengers had departed from Adam and Hawwah, Satan came with shamefacedness. Shamefacedness. Never seen that word before. Praise you, Yahuwah. Hallelujah. Scripture is real. Yep, this is the book of true witness. Yes. Praise Yahuwah. And stood. Okay, so this is a word, y'all. Shamefacedness. So Satan came with shamefacedness and stood at the entrance of the cave in which were Adam and Hawwah. He then called to Adam and said, "O Adam, come, let me speak to you." So, Then Adam came out of the cave, thinking he was one of Yahuwah's messengers that had come to give him some good counsel. But when Adam came out and saw his hideous figure, he was afraid of him and said to him, "Who are you?" Then Satan answered and said, "Y'all, he must be ugly." Eugene said, um, "Oh, yeah. Oh, that's y'all talking study. Yes, thank you, Abaya. I was just reading y'all stuff. Then Satan answered and said to him, "It is I who hid myself within the serpent, and who spoke to Hawwah, and who enticed her until she obeyed my command. I am he who, using my deceitful speech, sent her to deceive you until you both ate of the fruit of the tree and rejected the command of Yahuwah." But when Adam heard these words from him, he said to him, "Can you make me as a garden as Yahuwah? Can you make me a garden as Yahuwah made for me? Or can you clothe me in the same bright nature in which Yahuwah had clothed me? Where is the divine nature you promised to give me? Where is that clever speech of yours that you had with us at first when we were in the garden?" Then Satan said to Adam, "Do you think that when I have promised someone something that I would actually deliver it to him or fulfill my word? Of course not. I myself had no hope." Oh my goodness. He about to tell the truth, ain't he? "I myself have no hope of obtaining what I promised." Read it again. "I myself have no hope of obtaining what I promised. Therefore I fell. And I made you fall for the same reason that I myself fell. Whoever accepts my counsel falls. But now, O Adam, because you," is that like the only time he ever told the truth? Wow. "Because you fell, you are under my rule, and I am sovereign over you because you have obeyed me and have sinned against your Yahuwah. There will be no deliverance from my hands until the day promised you by your Yahuwah." Again he said, "Because we do not know the day agreed on with you by your Yahuwah, nor the hour in which you shall be delivered, we will multiply wars and murders on you and your descendants after you. This is our will and our good pleasure, that we may not leave one of the sons of men to inherit our place in the Shamayim." Wow, he's the hater of everything. "Our home, Adam, is in burning fire, and we will not stop our evil doing even a single day, nor even a single hour. And I, O Adam, shall set you on fire when you come into the cave to live there." When Adam heard these words, he cried and mourned and said to Hawwah, "Did you hear what he said? He said that he would not fulfill any of what he promised you in the garden. Did he really at that time become sovereign over us? We will ask Yahuwah, who created us, to deliver us out of his hands." Then Adam and Hawwah spread their hands before Yahuwah, praying and begging him to drive Satan away from them, so that he could not harm them or force them to deny Yahuwah. Then suddenly Yahuwah sent to them his messenger, who drove Satan away from them. This happened about sunset on the 53rd day after they had come out of the garden. Then Adam and Hawwah went into the cave and stood up and lowered their faces to the ground to pray to Yahuwah. But before they prayed, Adam said to Hawwah, "Look, you have seen what temptations have befallen us in this land. Come, let us get up and ask Yahuwah to forgive us the sins we have committed, and we will not come out until the end of the day, before the 40th day." Wait a second. Before the 40th day. Okay. "And if we die in here, did it just say, y'all, I cannot. I thought it said, maybe I'm reading this wrong. Let me keep going, y'all. 40th day. And if we die in here, he will save us. Then Adam and Hawwah got up and joined together in entreating Yahuah. They continued praying like this in the cave and did not come out of it, of it in the night or day, until their prayers went up out of their mouths like a flame of fire. But Satan, the hater of all that is good, that's definitely his name, did not allow them to finish their prayers. He called to his hosts, and they all came. Then he said to them, since Adam and Hawwah, whom we deceived, have agreed together to pray to Yahuah night and day, and to beg him to deliver them, and since they will not come out of the cave until the end of the 40th day, and since they will continue their prayers as they have both agreed to do, that he will deliver them out of our hands and restore them to their former state. Let us see what we shall do to them. And and his host said to him, power is yours, our master, to do what you command. So they was just his suckers, I guess. Okay. Then Satan, great in wickedness, I thought it said weakness, great in wickedness, took his host and came into the cave on the 30th night of the 40-day period. Oh, okay. They was doing, okay, I understand now. And he beat Adam and Hawwah. What? And he beat Adam and Hawwah until he thought they were dead. And he left them as dead. Well, Satan just came and beat them up. Then the word of Yahuah came to Adam and Hawwah and raised them from their suffering. And Yahuah said to Adam, be strong and do not be afraid of him who has just come to you. But Adam cried and said, where were you, my Yahuah, that they should punish me with such blows, and that this suffering should come over me and over Hawwah, your handmaiden? Then Yahuah said to him, Adam, see, he is master of all you have. He who said he would give you divinity. Where is this love for you? And where is the gift he promised? So I kind of wonder if y'all would let him beat him up just so he could say that. Like, he don't love you. Like, he just beat you up. Like, just, yeah, Shan said, OMG. They were, yes, they did. They've been going through it. I didn't know that they got beat up too. Okay, where is this love for you? Where is the gift he promised? Did it please him just once, Adam, to come to you, comfort you? He ain't never want to comfort. He ain't never say, I'm sorry, I did something wrong. They can't do that. They're just literally just wicked and dark. Woo, y'all, we live in a crazy, crazy world. Did it please him just once, Adam, to come to you, comfort you, strengthen you, rejoice with you? Or he never even gave him a pep talk or nothing. Or send his host to protect you because you have obeyed him and have obeyed his counsel and have followed his commandment and transgressed mine? Then Adam cried before Yahuah and said, Yahuah, because I transgressed a little, you have severely punished me in return. I ask you to deliver me out of his hands, or at least have pity on me and take my soul out of my body now in this strange land. Excuse me. Then Yahuah said to Adam, if only there had been this moaning and praying before you transgressed, you would have rest before the trouble in which you are now. But Yahuah had patience with Adam and let him and Hawwah remain in the cave until they had fulfilled the 40 days. But the strength and flesh, but the strength and flesh withered on Adam and Hawwah from fasting and praying, from hunger and thirst, because they had not tasted either food or drink since they had left the garden, and their bodies functioned erratically because they had no strength left to continue in prayer from hunger until the end of the next day to the 40th. They were fallen down in the cave, yet what speech escaped. Hold on, y'all. There's some thin paper. What? Is this a typo? Oh, okay. From their mouths was only in praises. How many is that? Should I read a couple more? Eugene says, what are y'all talking about? Obedience. Yes, obedience is protection. Yeah. Yep. Yep. So, I don't know. That was intense, y'all. That went from like 0 to 100. Maybe I'll just read to, maybe I'll read one more. One more, guys. I'm on 60. You guys want me to read one more? I guess that's hard. Okay. All right. Then on the 89th day, I hope they ate something. Satan came to the cave, clad in a garment of light. So they can shapeshift. I mean, I guess I should have known that. I knew that. And belt with a bright girdle. In his hands was a staff of light, and he looked most frightening, but his face was pleasant, and his speech was sweet. Here we go. He had transformed himself like this in order to deceive Adam and Hawwah, and to make them come out of the cave before they had fulfilled the 40 days. He said to himself, when they had fulfilled the 40 days, fasting and praying, Yahuah would restore them to the former state. But if he did not do this, he would still be favorable to them. And even if he had no mercy on them, would he still give them something from the garden to comfort them, as he had already twice before. Then Satan came near the cave in beautiful appearance and said, Adam, you and Hawwah, arise and stand up and come along with me to a good land, and don't be afraid. I am flesh and bones like you. And at first I was a creature that Yahuah created. It was like this when he, wait a second, I don't do the voice yet. It was like this when he had created me. Oh no, he's still talking. It was like this when he had created me. He placed me in a garden in the north, on the border of the world. And he said to me, stay here. And I remained there according to his word, and I did not violate his commandment. Then he made a sleep to come over. Oh, he is lying, y'all. He's lying. Then he made a sleep to come over me. And then he brought you, Adam, out of my side. But he did not make you stay with me. He's trying to say, oh my gosh, I wasn't expecting this. But Yahuah took you in his Kodesh hand and placed you in a garden to the east. Then I worried about you, because even though Yahuah had taken you out of my side, he had not allowed you to stay with me. But Yahuah said to me, do not worry about Adam, whom I brought out of your side. No harm will come to him. For now I have brought out of his side a helpmeet for him, and I have given him joy by doing so. Joy by so doing. Then Satan spoke again, saying, I did not know how it is you came to this cave, nor anything about this trial that has come over you, until Yahuah said to me, I'm sorry, y'all. He is so nasty. Until Yahuah said to me, behold, Adam has transgressed. I'm sorry, y'all. This is really disgusting. So these demons are just that's very disrespectful. I guess they just don't care. Anyways, let me continue. I don't even know why. I don't know. He's just very evil. Like, evil, I don't want to say it's an understatement. I think we use the word evil not, yeah. Yeah, the devil is a lie. I just wasn't expecting this. Like, this is very nasty. And I'm like, okay, well, where is this going to go? Okay. Whew. I really feel bad for them because, they did kill themselves a lot of times. But, I know that was hard, that happening. And then it's like, I feel like in this walk, sometimes, um, yeah, Carl said their stomachs will roast and shield. There will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. It's like in this, it makes you feel the same. I mean, you think about that sometimes in this walk. Like sometimes it can become tiring when the enemy keeps bothering us. And it's like, I didn't even do anything to you. Like, I just try to serve Yahuwah. And it tells you in Revelation that he will wage war against those who guard the commandments of Alua, and have the testimony of Yahusha HaMashiach, of the Messiah. And it's just, we don't know. We can read the stuff that happened, but it's really kind of makes you go, that's how they are now with us. Like, the demons never stopped messing with us. They never, and they said it, like, we're gonna mess with your descendants, and you're not gonna have no rest until. So even though, I mean, I guess that's why this walk is difficult, because the devil really messes with you when you're in the truth. Like, they be messing with people, but the demons really mess with us in the truth. Like, really, really mess with us. Like, when all that stuff happened to me and I was hearing like all those, demons and stuff, it just was like, what the freak did I do to you that you would do that, And when they was pretending to be Yahuwah, I was like, when I found that out, I was like, they can do that? Like, I didn't even know that they could do, like, how are you even allowed? I'm just telling y'all to be blunt. Like, how are you even allowed to do that? They do whatever they want to do. I'm not gonna say do whatever they want to do, but they definitely do some stuff that they shouldn't be able to do, and they're very disrespectful to Yahuwah. Anyways, I'm gonna finish up, guys. I'm sorry, that just made me kind of emotional, because I'm like, he just basically took the creation story that Yahuwah did and then lied to him to gain his trust. Eugene said, we are everything that they are not to Yah. He really loves us. And I think that's, they're very jealous, but you can't blame nobody but yourself. Like, y'all were in a heavenly place. I mean, the fallen Nephilim things, they weren't, though. They were like freaks, abomination things. But just talking about the fallen, y'all were in a elevated place. Y'all had everything. And then you were stupid enough to think that you could go against the creator who created you. That is stupid. I mean, I feel like that's stupid. Mashaya said, whatever y'all allows, but yeah, he or bees best believe y'all gonna get the glory every time. Yes, for real. And the one thing too, I always try to remember that scripture says, like, when he tests us, he's not going to ever let us, he always going to give us a way out. So it's not going to be like he's testing you and refining you and then bam, you're dead. No, he always going to give you a way out. So that's why something I really learned is, like, we have to constantly go to him, submit ourselves to him every single day, because as soon as the enemy thinks, y'all, this eyelash, as soon as the enemy think that, you slacking, you ain't been going to him, you think you got it together, you think, then that's when our flesh, super takes over. And our flesh is on the same side with Satan. Our flesh don't want, it says in the word, our flesh is at enmity with the Father. Our flesh hates Yahuwah. Hold on, y'all. Let me just do this in my face. So I'm just saying, like, oh, that's better. It's difficult. It says the way is narrow, is the road is narrow and is difficult. So yes, Mashaya said, preach. Now it's all lopsided. But yes, we are blessed to have Yahuwah. But that was like, at first I'm reading it, and then the longer I read it, I'm like, this is super disrespectful to what Yahuwah did. And it's super deceptive. And, if you've been, the enemy will trick you with your family, he'll use things that will get in your heartstrings, right? Like, he'll use your family, he can use your kids, he can use something that you really, need or want, and try to, like, it could be, if you money or your health or something, like, he can we just got to go to Yahuah. I have no clue what's going on with my eyelashes. We got to keep going to Yahuah. That's all I'm trying to say. Okay, sorry y'all. I don't know what's going on with my eyes. Okay, so where was I at? He whom I had taken out of your side, and who also whom I took. So, ew, he was trying to say it was like three pieces to them. He whom I had taken out of your side, and who also whom I took of his side, have sinned, and I have driven them out of the garden. I have made them live in a land of sorrow and misery because they transgressed against me and have obeyed Satan. Excuse me. And look, they are suffering to this day. The 80th. Then Yahuah said to me, get up, go to them and make them come to your place, and do not permit Satan to come near them and afflict them. For they are now in great misery and lie helpless from hunger. He further said to me, when you have taken them to yourself, give them to eat of the fruit of the tree of high, and give them to drink of the water of peace, and clothe them in the garment of light, and restore them to the former state of grace, and leave them not in misery. For they came from you, lying piece of crap. But grieve not over them, nor be sorry of that which has come over them. But when I heard this, I was sorry, and my heart could not bear it for your sake, and I could not wait, my child. Ooh. But Adam, when I heard the name of Satan, I was afraid. He is Satan. Wow. And I said to myself, I will not come out because he might trap me as he did my children, Adam and Hawwah. And I said, Yahuah, when I go to my children, Satan will meet me on the way and fight against me as he did against them. I think this book is really good the whole time is Satan. Yeah. It's really good to read this because you can see like that they is some tricksters, okay? They is some tricksters. And they haven't changed. Okay. Where was I at? And I said, Yahuah, when I go to my children, Satan will meet me on the way and fight against me as he did against them. Then Yahuah said to me, fear not. When you find him, hit him with the staff that is in your hand, and don't be afraid of him, because you are old and established, and he shall not prevail against you. Then I said, O Yahuah, I am old and cannot go. Send your messengers to bring them. But Yahuah said to me, messengers are not like Adam and Hawwah, and they will not consent to come with them. But I have chosen you, because they are your offspring and are like you, and they will listen to what you say. Yahuah said further to me, if you if you have enough strength to walk, I will send a cloud to carry you and set you down to at the entrance of the cave. Then the cloud will return and leave you there. And if they will come with you, I will send a cloud to carry you and them. Then he commanded a cloud to carry me up, and it brought me to you. And then it went back. And now, my children, Adam and Hawwah, look at my old gray hair, and at my feeble state, and at my coming from that distant place. Come with me to a place of rest. Then he began to cry and to sob before Adam and Hawwah. Wow. And his tears poured on the ground like water. So he was fake crying and he was real good at it, okay? And when Adam and Hawwah raised their eyes and saw his beard and heard his sweet talk, their hearts softened towards him, and they obeyed him because they believed he was true. And it seems to them that they were really his offspring when they saw that his face was like their own, and they trusted him. So it sounds like he probably looked like them too. Okay, I guess I'll stop there. That was serious. Give that ninja a Grammy. Yeah, no. Michelle said give him a Grammy. Oh my gosh, y'all. We really, that's what I'm saying. Like, we can't go without going to y'all. We can't make it through this journey without submitting to the Father, because Satan, just when you think you got it, just when you think you got everything figured out, we don't have nothing figured out. We don't. I know what it is now, y'all. It's a piece of thread. Anyways, we ain't got nothing figured out. And Yahuah knows all wisdom comes from Yahuah. All wisdom comes from Yahuah, y'all. And we're blessed to have him, you know. We are. Yep, we are. That was actually really good. I mean, it's sad because it's true, but it was good. And it's good to know. Like, I think this is a good reminder of, like, Satan is a trickster. These demons are tricksters. He's very yeah, Michelle said this was so good. Yes. It's really good to know that, because you feel, I don't know, like when all that, I don't know, when that stuff happened to me, I think that's really when I was very shocked, because that nothing like that had ever happened to me before. But it really just reminds me of this book. Like, the demons, they will trick you, and they work hard to trick you. They're really good actors. Like, they, you know, Michelle said, if we'd have known this, we'd be on alert. Yeah, we don't know. When you wake up into the truth, you don't even know just how, like, that's what I'm saying. That's how you know we in the truth, because I feel like we get so attacked. Like, I've never been so attacked in my life until I came into the truth, yo. They got nothing. Eugene said they got nothing to lose. They are done for. Yeah, they don't got nothing to lose. They don't. But we, I mean, the Kodashim, we belong to him, and no one can take us out of his hand. But man, we just have to keep submitting to the Father, keep submitting to the Father, and that's part of the journey. I pray Abba Yah help us to never, get weary or anything like that, and just to keep going, never to be like think we have it all together, never to become complacent in this journey, become Shaya said truth brother trying to drag us dish with them. Yeah, they is trying to drag us with them, and they gonna get a lot of people, let's be honest. They gonna get a lot of people. It's a lot of people who think yes, down, yeah, there's a lot of people who think that, like, I was watching one of not truth unedited, African Exodus videos today, and right after the video, this video pops up of, like, John Truth, this man saying, hold on, I'm sorry, y'all, I just keep getting my eye. This video of this man saying that his name is not Yahuah. And so he used John Truth's video, and he was like, John Truth was like, this is his name is Yahuah. And then the man was like, no, it's not. And it had a whole huge following and was saying how his name is not Yahuah. And I'm like, and then in the comment section, people was like, in JC and stuff like that. And I'm like, if we just hold on, y'all, bring it down. If people just do research, okay? It's like we have to seek him in spirit and in truth. Instead of people being like, no, 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 just ask for the truth and learn. And when you go into the research, it really doesn't take that much research once we wake up. It's really not that much. Yeah, Michelle said that's it right there, research. And a lot of people don't want to do the research. They want to say, oh, it doesn't, matter. The Messiah died for us, and that's it. That's enough, and it's like there's a veil on, because they didn't accept the love of the truth, they were given over to the strong delusion. So I feel like his name is extremely important, but it's also like, what are you doing? Like, you're not following Torah. You think Torah is just, you're not even on the right Shabbat, day. It's just like that submitting, yeah, study to show thyself approved. Exactly, Michelle. It's like we have to go to Yahuah. And today I was like, I saw this church house. It was like a Baptist church house when I was out today. And I was hearing, like, that used to be me. Okay. So don't make fun of people who are still in religion. We can pray. We should pray for people because there's probably a lot of people that Yahuwah still is going to wake up. And I know people, we're not supposed to argue and stuff like that. I'm not here to argue or anything, but it's like his name's important and his name is beautiful, actually. His name is like such a gift. Because I think there's a scripture in Psalms that says something about being underneath, like in the protection of his name. So like we're in his, and I think that's why our prayers get answered super quickly. I feel y'all know in the WhatsApp group, like I feel like he be listening to us. Like he really pays us attention. So I really think that, I mean, I know that his name is Yahuwah, but I think it's like, where are people really searching for him, or do you just want to be like, oh, I'm right, I'm right? Do you ever take a minute to say, is it, Father, is this right? Have I been? It's scriptures that tell us be careful not to fall into the doctrine of man or the ways of man. And then people don't even question that. Like, do you question the truth, or are you just like, I'm just used to what I've been taught and I'm not even going to question it? Because they tell us growing up in church, you better not question, Yah. But are you questioning Yah, or are you just questioning, are you questioning things? Like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Like, I would say, are you questioning what is the truth? Because if you think that they've never, after all these years, we ain't been here that long on this earth. And these demons, people want to talk about how Satan is the demons is this and they that, and they're very crafty. So do you think the demons and the devil ain't gonna mess with the Bible? You know what I'm saying? And there's even scripture in who was it? Y'all know what I'm talking about? There's scriptures where, I don't know if it wasn't Enoch, it was like Baruch or somebody or Enoch, somewhere they was saying, like, I know that the word is going to be messed with, basically. I know my words are going to be changed. I can't remember who it is. Is Enoch and Enoch? Or I don't know if y'all know what I'm talking about. So Eugene said, what looks like the narrow path, JC followers, millions of people. It doesn't look like the narrow path. Like, and then people don't, or those few that recognize and follow Yahuwah Yahusha. Yeah. And even in the walk that we in, I learned that don't necessarily mean anything. Because I used to think that everybody who know the name of Yahuwah and Yahusha is on a straight and narrow. But I've seen people, like, I know Yahuwah and I was sharing about people, they teaching about having multiple wives. And you got, sadly, some of our people, and I guess I don't know if I should say that's not a salvation issue, but like the alien thing, believing in the aliens, and like, but my point is that some of us, we need help. But it all starts with submitting to Yahuwah. And I ain't going to sit up here and act like I ain't never believed something that I shouldn't have believed, okay? But Yahuwah will lead us to all truth, and we need his Ruach. This is our culture, but this is not like, okay, you find out you are Yahudi, you are not, now you're like, oh, okay, I know I'm not a Gentile, or I'm a Gentile, and I know the true Father's name now. But that's not, it don't stop right there. This is an everyday submitting and everyday looking at yourself and being like, am I doing what you want me to do? Am I pleasing to you? This is an emotional thing. Like, I was driving today and I was thinking, like, I want to make sure I'm, worshiping you right. And I'm not doing nothing based on, I don't want to, Sirach, I can't remember in Sirach, it says, think of Yahuwah with a pure heart, okay? We always gotta check ourselves. That's what I'm trying to say. Like Michelle said, and we weren't told to rest in the spirit. Oh, test every spirit. Right. We weren't told to test every spirit. I told y'all I had went back to the church like 8 months later. Because I had a vision. I don't know if that might have been the enemy told me to go back to that church or something. Or I think I misunderstood. Eugene said, Yannah, Yahuwah, and Yahusha are in the group sessions on the calls. Yes, yeah. It's led by, it's Ruach led, I believe. Yeah, I'm like, whew, y'all, I'm going everywhere. What am I saying? We got to be led by the Spirit. Thank you, Eugene. That's what I'm trying to say. Not everybody who know the name of Yahuwah, Yahusha, is being led or following the Spirit, the Ruach, right? And even us, it's like with me, you gotta every single day gotta be like, we gotta choose to walk by the Spirit every single day, and we don't do it right all the time. You know what I'm saying? It'd be hard, you know. I'd be like, he just started. I mean, I'm not gonna say he just started helping me because he always helping me, but it's like he be helping us every day. I'm getting hype, y'all. Why am I getting so hype? Praise Yahuah. Yes. So this is a journey, and I think I don't want to make fun of them, and I know sometimes they want to come and lash out, because somebody jumped on here and said praise JC. I will not say that. Praise Yahuah, praise Yahusha. I'll say that. But at the same time, I used to be there. I used to be a Christian. Y'all know a lot of us used to be Christians or atheists or Muslims or, whatever. And I'm telling y'all, I was a Christian for 35 years of my life, 34 and a half, something of my life. And y'all couldn't take that Messiah away from me. You know what I'm saying? I had songs I would sing to him and everything. But when you truly seek the Father, or maybe it was just preordained in a specific time for us to wake up. But he said, when you search for me with all your heart, all your mind, and all your soul, then you'll find me. So I definitely stand by that. Eugene said, it's like being married. I have to choose my spouse every day. Yahuah is our Alua. Yes, he is. Yes, yes. And something he reminded me of the other day? Even if we don't do everything right all the time, you have to pay attention to the changes that he's made in our lives. Because this time around, this year, I was just sitting on the couch yesterday and I was thinking, why I really don't have it doesn't feel like that time of year. It doesn't feel like Christmas is coming because, excuse me, he's taking that out of me. He's taking that desire out of me. Some of my family did Thanksgiving, and I ain't eat not one piece of that food. I sure wanted to taste some cheesecake. My husband had brought some cheesecake. He went to his mama's house, and I did not eat any of that food. And the enemy was just like, yeah, it's just cheesecake. It's just cheesecake. And I love me some cheesecake, but I ain't eat it. Praise Yahuwah, I ain't eat it. Yes. Michelle says, step back. Look at that work Abba put in. Yeah, Yahuwah had to take out of us these desires, these traditions that we have been doing, and then these things become detestable to us. There ain't no way. We've been practicing Christianity, practicing celebrating Christmas. You couldn't take Christmas from me before either. Birthdays, you know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no way. I didn't care about they such that's how and I'm glad we reading this book too, because that even makes me think about Easter. That ain't got nothing to do with the Messiah's resurrection. You know what I'm saying? Christmas ain't got nothing to do with the Messiah's birthday. Like, what? Only Satan would sit up here and be, no. So once you start doing research and looking into the truth, boy, is it shocking. It's very shocking. But once when you in the truth, you in the truth. Michelle said, girl, nothing we really was boo-boo the fall. Yeah, we was really, really y'all. And that's what I'm saying. That's how loving the Father is, because we was doing all kinds of abominable things. And he was like, don't worry, I'm still gonna wake you up. I still love you. I'm not going to destroy you. I still have a plan for you, So, he really loves us. And the devil, y'all about to curse. These freaking demons will sit up here and constantly try to make you think that Yahuwah don't love you. Yahuwah don't care about you. Yahuwah forsook you. Yahuwah love this person more than he love you. You know what I'm saying? Like, they always, or you not, just anything they can possibly do. That's why I'm glad I am reading this book, because I think it's a good reminder or explanation of how, or not example. It's showing you how the demons be acting, and they still act the same way. I think Yahuwah and I had said that they still act the same way, and it is disgusting. So we have to have our guard up, and our guard is the Most High Yahuwah. You know, we are definitely blessed. Michelle said, anything to keep us away from our Father. Exactly. Yep. We're definitely blessed. I really like that reading. It started off rough because somebody was trying to come in and say a couple people say some unnecessary things, but thank you, Michelle, very much. Eugene said, knowing now that those pigs were the only beings Yahusha gave Legion permission to enter, why were we in that pagan walk okay eating pork? Nobody was telling us. So in Christianity, they said, hi, Ramdan, al Hadi, hello, shalom. Um, I think in Christianity they tell you there's a scripture where I forget who it is. If it was Peter or somebody was fasting, and then he was had a vision and saw like all of these animals and stuff, and then he said, Yahweh said, "Don't call what I call clean unclean," because he was like eat or something. And he was like, I've never eaten anything unclean. And he said, don't call what I call have made clean unclean. Don't call it unclean. But he was talking about people, not food. And I don't think they have an understanding of that. So they think that you can eat whatever you want. But when you and it's with the what is that called? Michelle said I thought about it too. Yeah. With the feast and stuff, what gets me is it says forever. So many times. Forever. Somebody messaged me. I ignored them, but they said a comment on YouTube and they was like, you need to stop with this Shabbat stuff. You're doing a Shabbat and you're embarrassing yourself. Cause I did the Shabbat teaching. And I left that comment right there because I'm like, you look so stupid telling me not to do the Shabbat. But it's okay. Yeah. Nah, I flipped that purposely. Yeah. Anyways, they are pieces of crap. And we are blessed to have Yahuah. But the only way this works is if we submit to ourselves to Yahuah regularly. You can't, I don't feel right if I don't pray for a whole day. I don't think I've done that in a long time. It feels weird if I don't read now. So we need to be meditating on his word. We need to be sorry y'all, my Nike on. We need to be meditating on his word every single day. And we need to be praying. And I think I personally pray more than one time a day, at least 2 times a day. And then sometimes you just talk to him. Like we ain't even sometimes you ain't even got to get on your knees. Just talk to him. You know, something on your mind, just talk to him. Because remember, this is a relationship with Yahuah, not a this is not religion. You know, I know people think we in a cult. We're not in a cult. We just worship the creator. We just trying to do what he tell us to do. That's it. That's it. You know, that doesn't mean we're in a cult because we're not doing what the rest of the world is doing. You choose to do what you want to do, that's fine. But when I don't want to do what you want to do, then that makes me weird. That makes me I'm in a cult, you know? We gotta put the whole armor of Yahusha on. Exactly. The whole armor of Yah. Yeah, and we need that. And that's what the vision was. And I ain't understand the vision. So I went back to I went to the church. And when I went to that church, they was teaching the same thing. They was teaching 8 months before that. And I couldn't believe they had not grown. Them people in them churches are not growing. I don't think, unless you in a Yah-led church, like a Yahuah-led church for real, in my opinion, I could be wrong. But like, I don't really see how you could grow because I sure wasn't growing. I wasn't growing in there. I don't think you can find Yahuah, you know, in a church building, you know, because your body is his temple, you know. So I really do like doing these lives, guys. Yes, we love Yahuah. And that's what I was trying to say earlier. Like, just think like he has really changed our lives. And, you know, his truth shall be our shield and buckler. So somebody try to say his name not Yahuah. His name is Yahuah. But instead of you sitting up here making a video trying to, you know, debunk his name and stuff like that, why don't you just figure out what you're supposed to be doing to follow him and stuff, and seek him in spirit and in truth. You know what I mean? So yeah. Thank you, Mashaya. You were very helpful today. I saw a couple of those comments. I appreciate you. So yeah, so I guess I'll do some announcements that I've done, I think, before. We do our Shabbat study. If there's anybody who would like to join our WhatsApp Shabbat group, it's on Saturdays at 1 p.m. Y'all can email me at Yannah of Yashar'al at gmail.com, and we meet every Saturday. Um, but and again, I mean, y'all should know we're not Christians. Um, there were Christians 1,000 years before the Messiah was born, and they were pagans, and they are still pagans. We just didn't know that. So I know it's like a badge to some people to say that you're a Christian, but just do some research. Do some research in Christian. Look at the history. Look up the history of Christianity. Look up the like we know the J was created like 500 years ago. Look up the history of how that name changed so many times. Everybody know that Yah, his name is Yah, right? It starts with Yah, right? So you can look up Yah, W-E-H. I don't say these names. And see, it's like a pagan deity. Like, it's right there. Just do some research. Michelle said, let that sink in. Let that sink in. But I appreciate you guys. I guess I'll let y'all go. I'm going to drink my watermelon beet juice. I just spit towards the camera. And I love y'all and appreciate y'all. And I will see you guys. Oh, and thank you all of y'all for y'all support. And I just pray that you guys have an amazing, blessed rest of y'all week. And everybody else, I'll see y'all in the chat, in the WhatsApp group. And I'll see y'all Saturday, or we'll talk Saturday on the Shabbat. Okay? All right, guys. Have a good night. Shalom. I will. Later, guys. Thanks, Mashaya. Later, Eugene. Bye, guys.